Welcome to our tutorial on how to connect AdMaster Cloud with Station Playlist, the radio automation software. In this guide, we'll use the demo version of Station Playlist Creator and Studio. Our objective is to set up a schedule with 2 commercial breaks per hour from Monday to Friday, and 3 breaks per hour on weekends. You can later customize this schedule according to your station's programming. We'll be using the Play a File break notes. These break notes enable the automatic import of traffic logs from AdMaster into Station Playlist Studio. Changes made in AdMaster will be sent to Station Playlist Studio, making your campaign adjustments effective within a few minutes. Let's get started. In AdMaster, let's begin by heading to the Stations menu in the sidebar and navigating to General Station Settings. In the Playout Integration section, click the Edit link. From the drop-down menu, choose Station Playlist M3U Output, and remember to save the changes. Now, let's move on to the commercial break settings. By default, AdMaster sets up 2 commercial breaks per hour for the entire week. Before we add extra breaks on weekends, it's essential to configure the starting minutes for these breaks. Click the Edit link for the first break and adjust the estimated starting minute. Remember, these settings are not binding. AdMaster informs the reconciliation engine where approximately to find commercials in Studio's log files. The default is the first break starting on the 15th minute and the second on the 45th minute. Adjust as needed for your rotations. Once you've configured the starting minutes and saved the changes, you can proceed to add a third break on Saturdays and Sundays. Select the second option to keep the same setup per hour but different for each weekday. Next, expand the Saturday settings and click the link to add another break. Adjust the starting minutes for each break. For example, set the first break to the 15th minute, the second to the 35th, and the third to the 50th minute. Afterward, use the Copy to Another Day link to replicate these settings for Sunday. Once you're done, click Save to confirm your changes. This action prepares the traffic log to be sent to the Playout PC. Let's configure the Playout PC to download the spots and traffic logs from the server. Open a browser on the Playout PC, go to the AdMaster Cloud website, and log into your account. Navigate to the Stations menu in the sidebar and proceed to Broadcast Computers settings. Download and install the desktop client installation file. The installation process is straightforward, and you'll be ready to proceed in seconds. Launch the AdMaster desktop client, log in with your AdMaster Cloud credentials, and then select the folders you want to synchronize. First, the Spots folder is where AdMaster stores the spots downloaded from the cloud server. Studio will play the spots directly from here based on the traffic log file. Next, the traffic log folder is where AdMaster stores the traffic log files that Studio reads for playback. The Play a File break notes will point to this folder. Finally, the Playout software broadcast log folder is Studio's logs folder, typically found in the Station Playlist subfolder in the Program Files directory. To inform AdMaster where to find the log reconciliation data, click the gear button, type slog as the string from Studio log file name, and save the changes. Once you've made these selections, the download of spots and traffic log files will begin immediately. Depending on your internet connection speed, you'll be ready to proceed in just a minute or two. Now that we've configured the AdMaster side, let's move on to the Creator settings. For this demonstration, we've created 2 rotations. We'll insert 2 commercial breaks into the rotation used from Monday to Friday, and 3 breaks into the rotation used on Saturdays and Sundays. Now, in Station Playlist Creator, let's insert our first commercial break. Remember, we've set the estimated starting minutes at the 15th and 45th minute of each hour. Find the location for the first break, somewhere around the 15th minute. Here, we'll insert a break note. Scroll down to locate the Play a File break note. Activate it, choose Ads from the drop-down menu, and copy-paste the break note code from the video comments below. Understanding this code is key. Ensure there are 2 pairs of quotation marks. The red part indicates the traffic log folder, the same one chosen in the desktop client app. The white part instructs Studio to look for the traffic log file based on the current year, month, date, and hour. The green part identifies the commercial break within the hour. The letter A stands for the first break, B for the second, and so forth. To help Creator in calculating the rotation duration, input the expected commercial break duration. Remember, AdMaster cannot directly talk to Creator to update this with real values. Hit OK to save these changes, and your first commercial break has now been inserted to the rotation. To add the second break, simply copy and paste the first one. Double-click to open it, then replace the letter A with B. Click OK to save the changes to the rotation. On Saturdays and Sundays, where we have 3 breaks per hour, use the copied break note by pasting it at the position of the first break. Verify the break note code. The letter A represents the first break, so no adjustments are needed. Paste the second break at the 35th minute, changing the letter to B for the second break. Paste the copied break note again, changing the letter to C for the third break. Ensure the break note codes are as follows: A for the first break, B for the second break, C for the third break in the hour. Click OK to save the changes, and you're set to create the playlist in Creator. Check the playlist in the editor to ensure the break notes are correctly inserted. Here, on Friday, you'll see 2 break notes for 2 commercial breaks. And on Saturday, there will be 3 break notes for 3 commercial breaks. Now, let's start Studio to observe the behavior with these break notes. Take a look at that break note. It directs Studio to this folder, searching for a file named with the current year, month, date, hour, and the letter A, with the extension M3U. Studio typically doesn't display the exact list of commercials here. Instead, it accesses and opens the M3U file when the break note is executed. This allows any last-second changes made to the commercial breaks in your AdMaster Cloud account to take effect immediately. If you're using Studio version 6.10 or newer, you can modify this behavior in the settings. Find the Options command in the View menu, go to the General Settings tab, and enable the option labeled Preload File Insert Break Notes. Now, let's restart Studio to observe the changes. You'll notice the spots here. That's the commercial break created by AdMaster. If you prefer to have the actual content of the commercial breaks loaded with your main playlist, remember that any changes made in your AdMaster Cloud account take effect from the following hour when the new playlist is preloaded. So it's essentially your choice. Enable Preload File Insert Break Notes to see the commercials listed with the main playlists, or turn this off to allow last-second changes in AdMaster for the commercials to be played in the current hour. The changes for forthcoming hours will be accepted as usual. Don't forget, there's another break note that inserts the commercial breaks. It's the Calm Break break note. This break note requires switching the AdMaster Cloud output to station playlist log files. Matching the starting minute in Creator with the starting minute in AdMaster settings, configuring the traffic importer settings, and re-importing the traffic logs in Creator each time anything is changed in AdMaster. The play a file method described in this tutorial doesn't require re-imports in Creator, making it easier and more intuitive. However, if you prefer the traditional traffic import method, that's fine. Here are the traffic importer settings you need to configure. Pause the video and apply the settings shown on the screen. Congratulations, you've successfully integrated AdMaster Cloud with Station Playlist, and you're now ready to manage all your traffic from any browser-enabled device. For more insightful tutorials, tips, and updates, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. For any assistance that you may need, feel free to contact our support team. Happy broadcasting!